Hi fam, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is going to be a really fun video. I don't always make videos like this, so I'm really excited for today. And yeah, let's jump into it. This is going to be a DIY at-home nail tutorial. I have been doing my nails myself for a very long time. I spent a couple years trying to learn how to do acrylic nails, and then I moved to Hawaii, and in Hawaii we can't ship acrylic powder out here, so without like spending a shit ton of money because it's like a flammable thing. So yeah, I have a different method that I'm going to be showing you guys today, and it's going to be really fun. I want to go over a few little details, a couple of things that I can talk about before we begin. A little bit of a lengthy process. It can take up to 2 hours to do your nails, but it's definitely worth it in my opinion. I bought this kit. This is my nail kit. It's $200. It's from Apres. I actually don't know how to pronounce the company's name, but I found it several months ago, a long time ago. And yeah, it's this beautiful kit. So it comes with, I'll show you guys what's inside of it. You kind of have to decide like how you want to do your nails before you jump into the video. The rest of this video is just going to be a little voiceover of me showing you the process of doing my nails. So this is the kit. I have bought a lot of stuff to go in it, but the first time you buy it, it comes with nail extensions usually, I think. Maybe it doesn't, but this is like a set of nail extensions. So you have that fits your hands. It also comes with a file, which is like, it's decently nice, but I recommend getting some cheaper, nicer files on Amazon, which like so cheap, 10 bucks, something like that. And then what it comes with is these little Apres coats. It doesn't come with this one, but it does come, so it has this extend gel. This extend gel is going to be what you use kind of like to glue the tip onto your finger. It's kind of like a mix between like the dip powders and like what would normally be acrylic, but it's just like a glue. So it's like a gel, and then under the light it hardens with the tip onto your finger. I have never used the gel without a tip, and I personally recommend using a tip because it doesn't quite harden the same way as like a normal gel coat would. But yeah, so then you have the tip and you have this gel. Once it's on your finger, you're going to color it. The kit comes with this little nail light, which is really cool. I don't know if it'll light up for you, but it's hard because it only does one finger at a time. So I bought a new nail thing today, so I have this light nail thing, and that's what I'll be using today. But the kit does come with a little light, so if you just buy the kit, you can do your nails like immediately. And then I have bought a bunch of colors over time. My personal favorite is the CND shellac color, but this is what it looks like. It's like CND shellac. I'll link a bunch of stuff below as well, so y'all can go check out. This is the website that I buy it from, with the little light. So you'll be doing your nail and then you'll do the CND shellac, but it won't harden all the way. It'll still be a little sticky, so you don't want to touch it. You'll do 2 coats of the shellac, and then you'll do a coat of this Apres top coat. Now I have another top coat, but the other top coats don't work with this little light, so you have to use the Apres top coat. I am going to be trying today to use this top coat with a normal light, so we'll see how that really works. But yeah, that's pretty much what the kit comes with. I believe that it comes with this. Yes, it comes with a primer and a pH bonder, which if you don't know anything about nails, I'll show you guys when to use that. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything the kit comes with, and it's 200 bucks. And so within 4 times of using it and doing your own nails, it literally pays it off versus going to the salon or like the nail salon and getting your nails done. Because that shit cost me 70 bucks every time I go, and it just kept getting more and more expensive, and it's just so much more worth it to do it yourself. But it also does take some time. This is about an 1.5 hour process for me. If I do it fast, it can be an hour, but you really have to do it fast. And the first few times that I did it, it did take me a full 2 hours to do it because I'm super like technical and want it to be really, really good and be super nice. But if you don't really give as much of a shit, like, it's super easy. Sorry, I have bare nails right now, so we're starting from scratch. If you have nails on, you want to take them off. Personally, I don't have a drill, so I won't be using a drill. I just use a file and so that's another thing that you don't technically need. But when your nails do start to come off, mine last about 3 weeks. And when they start to come off, I just kind of like pull at them a little. I give it a full 3 weeks, because even if one falls off at 2 weeks, you don't want to rip them off too soon because it can hurt your nail bed. But this is actually, like, this process is actually so much better for your nails than acrylic. It just doesn't rip at them as much, and it doesn't eat away at like the strength of your nail. I have longer nails right now than I have in years because I've been doing this instead of getting acrylic nails, which is really cool. And the gel actually doesn't go straight on your nail because you're using the tip. The only thing that goes on your nail is this bonder. Yeah, so that is everything that is in the kit. We will go ahead and jump on into the video. If you guys have any questions, please go ahead and comment them below. I am going to voiceover walk you guys through the process of this as I am doing it. So enjoy. All right guys, so starting off here, I've got my bare nails. Just wanted to show you a little clip of them before I begin. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Super stoked. I'm pulling out my file right now because the first step is actually gonna be kind of like buffing up your nails. When you do that, you're not gonna wanna use the hard side of the file. So there's gonna be one side of the file that's a little bit rougher. Use the side that's like smoother and less rough. And then you're pretty much just going to file off the entire, like, just very lightly file off the top level of the nail, and then just kind of shape the bottom of the nail, or the tip of the nail. I'm only showing you this one nail full on, and then I'm going to be speeding through the rest of them, but you just want to make sure that you buff it. Otherwise, the glue, or even if you're just doing like a gel coat, it doesn't stay as long. It doesn't like have places to like hook onto with the nail itself. So that's why I do this. I always file all my nails before I get started. Also make sure you wash your hands and like get any dirt out of your nails, because the glue and different things can really fuck with it, and you don't want that to happen because it's really gross. That's me showing you my nail, and now I'm speeding through doing the rest of the nails. Whee! There you go. That's all 10 of them. And it doesn't really matter what length the bottoms of the nails are, because you're just putting a tip on anyways. I mean, unless you're not, then it's up to you. Now we're going to use a primer and a pH bonder. The first thing you use is the dehydrator. That's going to basically suck all of like the extra oils out of your skin, and it really just like dries up your nails so that, again, the gel has more to latch onto. After you use the dehydrator, it's going to take just like a few seconds for it to dry. You're going to move on to the primer, which is the pH bonder. That's kind of just like a prep for the gel to go onto your nail. Both are just part of the process. We're going real fast. Super simple. I definitely didn't speed this part up, but this part's super important. I definitely recommend having a dehydrator at the least. I used to do my nails without a dehydrator when I did acrylic nails, and every single time they would lift. So super important. I mean, it's also, that's a completely different process, but it just gives you so much more leverage. Now we're going to go ahead and pick out the tips. You kind of just basically find one that's similar, and then you just like size it in, make sure that it fits. You want to make sure it fits on both sides kind of perfectly, so like check both sides. And then for your, what's it called? You can just use the tip to like push up the skin that's, what's it called? My brain's not working. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. See, you can see me fitting it and kind of like pushing up that extra skin so that when I glue the nail on, it doesn't glue on top of that skin, just to be safe and not hurt our skin. Yeah. Now I'm just going through and picking all of these sizes. They are kind of long. There's actually like on the website where I got my kit, there's a bunch of different sizes. So there's like short ones, and then there's like long ones, and then there's like sharp ones, and like this one that I'm using is the coffin one. And now we're moving into the extend gel, which this is like part of the gluing process. So after we've primed all of our hands and we've picked out our tips, we're going to go through. So first step is actually going to be doing just a really thin coat on the nail that you're doing. This process can be a little tedious because like I do it one nail at a time, because you really got to like hold the nail onto your nail. So then you do the thin coat of the extend gel, and then you kind of hold it under the light. Really only for like 15 seconds. It doesn't have to go under for that long. It just gives like something for the other glue to stick to and already have like a base of where it's going. So that was my few seconds, and sorry the light changes as it's like going through this process. All right, next step. So we find the tip that fits the nail that we just did, and you're gonna take a lot of this extend gel, like a big blob of it, and you're kind of gonna blob it onto the bottom. The numbers don't matter because they disappear as soon as they get like wet with the gel, so don't think about those. But you basically just blob this onto the bottom. You want to get a decent amount that when you put it onto your nail, it's not too little because it will create bubbles. So then you'll like move up to the light, you'll get a perfect angle. I use the bottom of my knuckle, not my pointer finger, but the next one, to hold the bottom of my finger up, and then I use my thumb and my pointer finger to push the nail on. And you just hold it for like 30 seconds until it's like it'll feel a little warm. As soon as it feels warm, that's when you know that it's like hardening enough that you can let go, and then you can just like let it dry for another 60 seconds. Sometimes I let it dry for like 90. And here's what the nail looks like. This one I fucked up, so if you notice it, if it will focus, there's little bubbles on the edge of it. You can't see them that well, but you can see how hardened it is, the nail itself, to my finger. The way that I'm like moving it around and it's not like budging and it's moving my skin around. That's how tight it is, but it also has bubbles. So then we're gonna do another one, and the next one will look better. So right here, I'm just kind of filing down the edges because I just wanted to make sure it was really good, because I kind of got some bubbles in it. But if you do end up having glue come off like the top corners or edges, then you're just going to want to file that down, because it turns into like this really hard blob that you're not going to be able to like get off. So you just want to be really careful. It's kind of a learning process, but after you do it like once, you'll kind of get the hang of it. It gets way easier. And I'm just speeding through. Make sure you get the blobs. If you have super sensitive fingers, you might not love the process, because it does, like when I say it gets warm, it gets a little warm. Like it can get kind of hot sometimes, especially after you've done your nails several times. If you don't give them like a 2-day break in between sets, you can really hurt them. But here we go. That's all the nails right there. Then this is me showing you how sturdy they are, because they are strong mother effers. Ha ha ha. Now I'm only going to do my left hand, and then I went off screen to go do my right hand, so it wasn't extra time that we had to zoom through. Yeah, so here's the next part. We're actually going to be getting a little nail clip, which is like a nail, cutter thing. I don't remember what it's called, but I like to shape mine like kind of like stiletto vibes, where it's like pointy, or like cat nails. So I go through and I find the perfect center point with the bottom of this, and then I just clip it, and then I go to the other side and I clip it again. It doesn't matter if it's super perfect in the shape, because you're actually going to shape it afterwards. You just want to get them all similar length and make sure that they kind of like match each other and have like almost the same like straight shape or pointy shape or shorter shape, whatever you really want. There we go. 10 years later, I finally got it. That's what it looks like, roughly. And then I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna cut the rest of these. Now we're going fast. Look at that. Alright guys, there are all of them cut up, and then we're gonna go through and we're gonna start shaping them. So exciting. So this is how I shape it. You kind of just like take it right underneath. You don't want to file on your skin, but you just kind of keep the point in mind, and then you just shape the sides so that it looks not bubbly or like round or like clipped. It just needs to be like really soft and smooth looking. I do also go through and file off the entire top of the nail so that it's all like rough, because we're going to go back in with gel and put gel on top of it. So you want to make sure that you like file the whole thing, kind of like if it was your real nail, the same way that we did in the beginning. You just want to file it so it has more to grasp onto. So this is the process of that filing.
Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself.
Alright, there you go. That is what the shape looks like when I finish. Both sides look pretty even, and it doesn't look like rough like it did before when it was cut. And now I'm going to go ahead and go file the rest of the nails, which I did off screen. So here's the rest of them all shaped up and pretty. You can file as much as you want to. It's kind of up to your liking after a while. Sometimes it can get annoying because you're doing it for so long. This is the longest part of the entire process, honestly. Right now I'm just doing last minute adjustments before I go in with the gel color.
All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness.
Alright, there you go. There's all the nails.
The love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let.
The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to treat it the same way that we treated it before, where we take the primer or the acid-free gel primer, which is like a bonder, and you put it on all the nails so that it's ready for you to start with the gel.
You always make me feel like, oh yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone, yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about, yeah, you got me feeling some type of way, you make me wanna stay in all day, you're the reason I can't get out my head. I just can't stop.
Alright, now that that's done, give it like 1 minute to dry,
I just can't stop.
and then we're going to go in with the gel polish.
I just can't stop thinking about.
So the color that I'm going to be using today is like this sparkly black. It's kind of more like a metal looking color, like it legit looks like sparkly stone vibes. And then we'll top it with this top coat. In this next part, I do get my head kind of in the way a little bit because I'm super OCD about it, or not OCD, but just like picky. I'm so picky. So I get really, really close to it to make sure it's absolutely perfect, and you'll see that a little bit. But this part's super easy. You just kind of paint your nails like normal. The other thing that is important to remember is that I always do 2 coats of the color. Some people don't. It kind of depends on the color, but I always do 2. So you do the first one, you let it sit for like 60 seconds, and then you do a second coat and you let it sit again for 60 seconds. And then we're going to go in with our top coat, which is where I'm going in right here, because I didn't show the 2 different coats that I did, but I did do 2. So right now we're going in with the top coat. Super simple. It's really, there's a lot of it, and you want to make sure it's like not on your skin, which is what I'm doing right here, is taking it off my skin, because it can burn if it hardens on your skin. Like any gel shouldn't really be on your skin. Whenever I'm doing my nails, I usually watch a show or something because it's a full 2 hours, or I listen to an audiobook, or really anything. Sometimes I just watch YouTube videos, but it's nice to have a little bit of a distraction while you're doing it, or like something to listen to, especially like music or an audiobook, because then while you're doing it and paying attention, you're able to like learn some new stuff or keep your mind busy so that you're not bored to death. Alright, there you go. So that was the top coat, and then we're just hardening it for a whole 60 seconds. Yay! One hand done. Now I'm gonna go off screen and do the other hand. But this is what they look like. They're so pretty and shiny. The camera's completely out of focus, but whatever. There you go. There you have it. They're nice and hard, and they stay on for like 3 weeks. They're honestly so awesome. Look, just like that, I have the other hand done. There you go. That's the whole entire thing. It's so fun and playful to have all your nails done. And you did them yourself, which is so fun. People always ask me where I got my nails done. I always tell them I do it myself. It's really awesome. Fun to say. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form, and if you have any questions, please feel free to comment them down below. I will link a Prey and the nail kit that I got, and I'll link the website where I get my shellac. Alright fam, I just finished my nails. It took a good hour and a half. Try and give you a close-up out here because all the light is dead now because it's been a couple of hours. So here's a little video, and I hope you guys enjoyed.